Hi, folks. Welcome to another edition of TechTip Tuesdays hosted by the Marin Horizon Tech Department. So last week we talked a little bit about simplifying your inbox, organizing your email into categories, and adding a theme. Well, this week we're going to talk about labels. So you may be familiar with using folders with other email systems, and labels in Gmail are pretty much similar, and they actually have some other advanced features that I think are really great. So first of all, you'll notice here I've got a couple of things that I might want to move around. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move this down, kind of get this chat box out of the way. Google Hangouts is actually really great, or Google Chat, but that's another Tech Tip Tuesday. So if I click the More button here, you'll notice that I have some labels, which can be seen as this little symbol here. And Test Teacher doesn't have a lot of labels quite yet. If you had your email migrated from Microsoft Outlook, you'll notice that there actually are a couple of labels that you may want to delete. I'll show you how to create a label first. There are actually a couple of ways, but I'm going to choose the path of creating a new label here. Maybe this one is called Parent Communications. And maybe I have another one that I want to create called Follow Up. And I'll create just one more called Stuff. So first of all, if you want to delete a label, maybe you have labels that are just kind of hanging out from the migration last spring, you hover over the label and you can choose to remove the label. All right. And just to show you, there are a couple of ways that you can actually put things into labels or folders to be sorting them. So first of all, if you want to take an email and put it in a label or folder, I can literally drag it and it's labeled with the, and it's basically in the follow-up folder. And it's gone from the inbox. But sometimes you may want to just add a label and keep it in your inbox. So I can show you how to do that as well. So let's go to here, BrainPop Educators. Let's say I want to take this and I want to give it a label called BrainPop, which doesn't exist yet on the left. So I've checked the box and I'm going to go up here to the label section and I'm going to call this BrainPop. So now it shows up as a label here. And if I want to label other things with BrainPop, I click the check boxes, click on labels, and I click apply. So now when I'm actually looking for things with that label, it'll filter out my email. As a reminder, if I want to get rid of something, I click the checkbox and I click the little trash can. I may want to add something with a label here, and maybe I'll call this follow up, and I click apply. I might want to put a star next to this one. You notice there's a starred section. Maybe a star next to this one as well. So when I go to starred, now the two things that I've starred are in there. Finally, I may want to add a label for something. And it's still in my inbox, but let's say I want to just move it into that folder. I've labeled it, but I want to move it out of my inbox. It's still in my inbox right now, but I can check these boxes and I click the archive button, which is different from delete. And so it's moved out of my inbox. And now it's in my Duolingo folder. For those of you that are Microsoft Outlook software users that are actually pulling your Gmail into Outlook, just know that you do need to create your folders or your labels here on the Gmail browser window, and it takes up to an hour for them to show up in the Outlook software. Anyway, that's all for now. Hopefully, this was helpful.